Hello and welcome back to the Best of the Rest podcast with Sticks and Freezer. Hey Sticks, how are you, mate?
It's like a bit of a Scottish David Attenborough.
I don't know what that was.
What's that comedian's name? Billy Connolly? Bit of that vibe going on.
You forced me to do it.
I did.
My hands were tired.
I may or may not have a weapon aimed at you.
Yeah.
You had no choice.
You were too weak to be able to do the intro yourself.
Yeah, I needed a week off.
Chickened out.
It's hard
Mate,
work.
you've had a week off. This is why we're doing this bloody podcast late, because you can't work out your fuel gauge.
Yeah, we don't talk about that, but I may or may not have fucking run out of fuel on the way to do the podcast last week.
So this is going to be an apology / disclaimer.
Oh.
We did have most of our predictions for Japan already written down that we were going to discuss.
Our main ones, anyway.
Yep. Sticks decided it'd be a good idea to take on an extra shift at work, and then on the day that we rescheduled for, didn't have enough fuel in his car to fucking get here.
I got 2 fuel tanks too.
Fucking hell. But no.
Oh, mate, I don't even want that to be public record. That is so embarrassing. You know what I do when I see people run out of fuel on the side of the road? I go, oh, look at that dickhead. How do you do that? how do you manage that?
But, all jokes aside, from a work perspective, Sticks, we appreciate what you do in your support work. I work me 9 to 5, so you know it's a hard gig trying to get some spare time, and you're doing shift work all over the place. So
we don't have a lot of overlap, do we?
No.
Anyway, this is we're just going to shoot the shit just so we've got our predictions post race, but we've got them already sorted, just so we've got a record of it. Just cause.
And if anyone tries to query me, I do have a date stamp of the text message I sent to Sticks of my predictions. So
yeah, I'm a little sus. There may be AI involvement here. Just a little bit too accurate for my liking. It's a little bit suspect.
Well, without further ado, let's get into it.
Right. So I had for pole position, I went with Lando Norris.
For pole position, I had Max Verstappen.
Oh, Max Verstappen. Geez, that's a bold call. There's no chance that's going to happen. Damn.
No. It's not going to happen.
No.
I've got a prediction that it will. But no, to cast my mind back to when I was actually thinking this, the Japanese Grand Prix traditionally a fair bit later in the year, I think Max has won the last 3 times consecutively, and I think he's had a title decided at the Japanese Grand Prix as well, where, you know, after he won it, he was too far gone that no one could catch him. Yeah, I just think it's a track that he seems to do quite well at, so I've put him on for pole.
Nice. I like the storyline there. Bit of thought process. I literally just went, ooh, McLaren quick. Ooh, Lando Piastri. Oh, Lando.
Yeah, well, that was kind of my thoughts as well. And we'll see a bit of that in the positions I had him finishing in. But yeah, I just thought that Max might get it done, and turns out he did.
All right, 3-1.
Third, I had Piastri.
I had Leclerc.
Second, I had Norris.
I had Piastri.
First, I had Verstappen.
I had Norris. So I guess we'll just
Tough.
gonna have to wait and see who scored some points.
Tough day. Yeah, not sure how this one's going to pan out.
But stay tuned for future pods where we will find out.
Yeah, casting my mind back again. Similar to what you were saying, thinking that McLarens are going to be quick and hard to beat. But yeah, just still that if Verstappen can stick it on pole, I think that he'll be very hard to pass. Such a talented driver. You know, we use the term that they outdrive the car, but I don't necessarily think that that's, you know, it's possible to actually outdrive a car, but Verstappen's one of those people that can get every millimetre, every 1,000th of a second out of a car. So I think he'll be able to find whatever's available in that Red Bull this weekend. I'm saying it like it's still coming up, even though we know the result.
You know, you're right. Verstappen is, well, the modern day GOAT alongside Hamilton, but he can, well, arguably outdrive that car.
Yep.
Anyone else sits in that second seat can't even crack the points, and Verstappen's out here doing crazy shit. So, very impressive. What other predictions have we got? Just the left of field, really?
Yeah, so left of field.
I think we both had a similar theme, but it's slightly different.
Yeah, so we'll chuck up another quick podcast that we're planning, and another episode that we're planning on doing last week, and that is for the hot topic around Lawson being replaced by Tsunoda in the Red Bull seat.
Well done, Lawson, for that promotion.
Well done, Lawson. Arguably promotion, not demotion. But my left of field is that Lawson will outperform Tsunoda at the Japanese Grand Prix.
Okay, nice. Mine followed a similar theme. I had Lawson and Tsunoda to both finish in the points, which, yeah.
You tune into the next episode to find out.
So weird recording it like this.
Isn't it?
Wacky as.
Yeah, that's why we'll have to keep this one short, because we just end up talking about the results, and this is meant to be a prediction, even though we know the answers.
Well, I guess we can wrap it up there then, and we will
we
can dive into it a little bit more.
We might as well chuck a full stop on that one and move on.
Yeah, righto.
All right, box, time to retire today's episode. Thanks for listening to us. If you've enjoyed the 7-8 minutes of this episode, then give us a thumbs up, a like, a share, follow.
All that shit.
Yeah, share it with another F1 fan.
Give us a 5-1. 5-1.
5-1?
Yeah. A 5 1-star rating. No. What am I trying to say here?
No ones, just fives.
I mean, just give us a rating. And,
just
you know,
a 5-star rating. A couple of comments, bit of feedback.
Apparently it does something. I don't really know what it does, but I don't know. It's got to be there for a reason, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Chuck us a few stars.
Exposure.
All that sort of shit.
Anyway, thank you and catch you later.
Peace.
Look at this. This is not a dog. This is a piece of shit.